Good morning. Today we are going to see the problems on welded connection. So one problem we will see from fillet weld, another problem we will see from butt weld. Actually, butt weld we are going to use very less when we will talk about steel structures. We are mainly preferred with fillet weld. Now, if we will see the IS code for this butt weld, so in IS 800 2007. So the data related with butt weld is given less. If we will go to this, so you can see we have this IS code, that is IS 816 1969. And this IS code we have, that is code of practice for use of metal arc welding. So 816 1969 for general construction in mild steel. And for this one, this IS code is given. So now you can see we have different types of butt welds. So we have here V types, U types, J and B weld types. And incomplete penetration butt weld should not be used for highly stressed joint and joint subjected to dynamic repeating or alternating forces. They shall also not be subjected to a bending moment about the longitudinal axis of the weld other than the other than that normally resulting from the eccentricity of the weld metal relative to the part joint. So generally they are providing for axial load but not stressed a lot. Then we have the size of butt weld shall be specified by the effective throat thickness. Now you can see here we have complete penetration butt weld. So you can see this complete penetration butt weld. Now the effective throat thickness of a complete penetration butt weld shall be taken as the thickness of the thinner part. So we have butt weld if we are using, and if we have full penetration, then my effective throat thickness, that is equal to the thickness of the thinner part joint. The effective throat thickness of T or L butt joints shall be the thickness of the abutting part. Reinforcement may be provided to ensure full cross-sectional area but shall not be considered as part of the effective throat thickness. Now, incomplete penetration. The effective throat thickness of an incomplete penetration butt weld shall be taken as the minimum thickness of the weld metal common to the part joint, excluding reinforcement. Now, here they have clearly mentioned unsealed single butt welds of U, V, J, and B weld types, and here incomplete penetration butt welds welded from one side only should have a throat thickness of at least 7 by 8 of the thickness of the thinner part joint. If required, evidence should be produced by the fabricator to show that this effective throat thickness has been obtained. For the purpose of stress calculation, a reduced effective throat thickness not exceeding, here you can see 5/8 of the thickness of the thinner part to be used. Means we have to take this 5 by 8 of the thinner part joint when we will talk about incomplete penetration or single butt weld of V, U, J and B weld types. So this is most important one, full penetration thickness of the thinner part, and partial penetration we have to go by 5/8 of the thickness of the thinner part joint. So these are the clauses which are related with your butt weld. Now fillet already we have seen, but this is from IS 816, and we have the fillet weld should not be less than 3 mm. The maximum size of the first run, so table 1. So we have seen there also. The effective throat thickness shall not be less than and shall be generally not exceed. This also we have seen zero point 0.7 and 1 T under special circumstances. And now K into fillet size. This also we have seen where K is constant, and that is given in the table 2. That also we have seen over there. Now for concave fillets, the designer shall specify the minimum throat thickness and the minimum leg length. Now, angle between fusion faces, they have mentioned over. So such small questions you may come in your competitive examination, and that fillet weld should not be used for connecting parts whose fusion faces form an angle more than 120 degrees. So this is most important one. So these are the clauses which are given in IS 616. Now we will go to the problems. A tie member consisting of ISA 1968 is welded to 10 thick gusset plate as shown in figure. Determine the strength of welds. Now, whenever we have to find the strength, then we have analysis problem, and when we have to determine the length or cross section, then we are going to say it is design problem. So here we are going to determine the strength, and whenever strength is required, that is problem of analysis. Now you can see we have given this IS 1968 connected in this fashion. So on one leg we have 250 on another leg we have 125 and we are interested to find the strength of this weld. So now we know we have strength of weld equal to allowable, this is allowable stress, into weld. Now allowable stress into weld, area of weld. Now you can see this area of weld, we have effective throat thickness into length of weld. Now allowable stress equal to, we know this formula, Fu upon root 3 gamma mw, and that is equal to 410 divided by root 3 into 1.25. So this value Fu we have taken 410, and from this I will get value, this as 189.37 Newton per mm square. This is my allowable stress. Now strength due to 250 weld. Now we know this throat thickness, we are going to take it as 0.7 into S into 250, and that will give us value 198,838.5 newtons. This is due to 250. So this is my stress, this is my throat thickness, and this is my length of the weld. Then we will go for 125 Then first part again we have, this is allowable stress, then we have this as throat thickness, and then we have this as length. And then total length we will get due to 250 plus 150, and that we will get it as 298.2526 kilonewton. So this is the strength of the weld used for this angle section. Then another one problem I have taken, that is butt weld. This is actually we need not require in our syllabus, but just for information we have taken this problem. Now we have two 12 thick plates are joined by a single V butt weld, and second a double V butt weld. The effective length of the weld is 220 Determine the design strength of welded joint. And then we are going to be with strength of weld, allowable stress into weld into effective area. Now strength of weld, Fy upon gamma mw into effective throat thickness. So for your butt weld we have Fy upon gamma mw, and then we will have this first strength of single butt weld, we have 250 upon 1.25 into 5 by 8. We have seen single V butt weld means incomplete penetration, and therefore we have taken this 5 by 8 thinner part. Now here we have both 12 so we have taken this as 12 into length. So allowable stress in butt weld we have Fy upon gamma w, and then we have this value strength of weld, we have 330 kilonewton when we will talk about single V butt weld. Now if we will go to second, that is double V butt weld joint, and in that case we know that the effective throat thickness, we have thickness of the thinner part. Here we have both 12, so we will take 12 So strength of weld is 250 upon 1.25 into 12 into 220, and this will gives me value that is 528 kilonewton. So we have to solve problem in this fashion. Both these problems are analysis, because we are going to find out the strength of the plate. So thank you. So we will stop here only today.